What's up, everybody? Welcome to Observe and Proceed, where I observe, then proceed to react. And today, I am going to react to the New York Knicks fans winning the NBA championship. That's right, the Knicks won the NBA Finals, and the fans poured out into the streets, or they were actually already in the streets because the final game was in San Antonio. So they're already outside. And yeah, they did a lot of chaos. They burned a whole school bus down, plus other stuff. You can call it a celebration, a riot, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Depends who's saying it. But yeah, we're going to see what happened, all that chaos, all that celebration. And then I have a video that happened in San Francisco where a guy robbed a Trader Joe's, I believe. He ran out and an officer chased him down, tackled him. And then a car ran them both over. And I believe the suspect died. The officer got some serious injuries or something. But yeah, it looks kind of crazy. We're going to get into all that. But before I do, I'd like to thank all my subscribers and the people that have been liking the video. I highly appreciate you. And if you can do that for me real quick, I'll appreciate you too. Anyway, yeah, let's see what these Knicks fans were up to after Game 5. Also, I don't know why, but they're still screaming Knicks in 5 like they're not the champs. They should be screaming about them being the champs, but still Knicks in 5. No, the series is over, bro. You don't have to say that no more. But yeah, let's see what happened. That's the aftermath. This is the beginning.
Let's go! 83 years, man!
And you can't say it was just a certain type of crowd. As you can see, it's like all races. Just New Yorkers, period. Yeah, there it is. Bus on fire. Couldn't help themselves, huh? At least no one was inside. They gotta destroy city property. Come on. It's New York. I think this was another bus. I believe the buses were out. I believe the buses were out there because they bussed in people for the World Cup. They had the Morocco-Brazil game there, I guess. And they bussed in a bunch of people on these buses. That's why they were out there. They should have known. Seems like a setup. Not like the public school system is working that great out there anyway. Yeah, but that's another story. Oh, they took it apart. Such an accomplishment. But why? What an accomplishment. See, they're screaming Knicks in 5 like they didn't already win.
They got the video there! Look around, bro. You want to live like this?
Yeah. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. Come on, we gotta have some good comments. Wow, you finally win. You practically right. How embarrassing. Do better, New York. I mean, I expected this of New York. This is why I told my boss I won't work in that city anymore. Let them have it. Oh, man. It's called arson and it's criminal. Yeah, it is criminal. This is what happens when you give your children everything for nothing. Yeah, okay. Over a basketball game, low IQ. Yeah, people are absolutely ridiculous. I fear for humanity. No, fear for New York City. And, I mean, there was more. There was a lot more. I can't even get into all of it because there was a bunch of fights and stuff. But, yeah, let's see what this is. The police got hit with something. Overall, though, I want to know how many arrests there were. But overall, I feel like the police did a good job in containing these thousands and hundreds of thousands of people from completely burning the city down and completely destroying everything. I think they did a pretty good job, I'm not gonna lie. Oh man.
From obstructing sidewalks. Groups of pedestrians utilizing the sidewalk must ensure that sufficient space is available for use by other pedestrians. If you want to offer that sufficient space is available for use by other pedestrians, if you unlawfully obstruct pedestrian traffic or walk in the street or roadway, you may be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct, a violation of New York State penal law. Pedestrians are not permitted to walk in the street or roadway.
Oh my
Pedestrians
God,
are also
water's
prohibited
flying.
from obstructing sidewalks. Groups of
Move back is a whole movement over there. See, overall, I think they did a good job compared to how much people they have to deal with. How much rioters. Oh man. Look at the dude dancing. They're moving back. See what these comments are saying. Where's the tear gas and pepper balls? You know, they were being nice. They didn't use any of that. In LA, they would have used it. At any point during the series, did the mayor warn the public about this? I think everyone knew. People think because their team wins a game, they should be able to do whatever they want. When they grip because of taxes go up, who do they think pays for the damages? Yeah, they're paying for it, so they're gonna use that as an excuse to destroy it too. So I mean, they're paying taxes regardless. None of these jackasses think about the facial recognition of which will and can be used against them. That is a thing, and I believe that is a thing in New York City. So if you destroy that school bus, they're gonna come after you. Best believe that. Best believe that. Let's see what the news is saying, actually. I want to know the number of arrests.
What began as a citywide celebration to honor the championship, it did take a chaotic turn in some areas as thousands of fans flooded the streets overnight. Weekend Today in New York's Romney Smith joins us live now from Lower Manhattan with more on the massive celebrations, also how police managed to get the crowd under control, Romney.
Yeah, tens of thousands of people celebrating late last night into early morning, and it seems it got wilder the later it got into the evening. Take a look at your screen, and you'll see some of the sheer chaos. Things came to a screeching halt in Times Square when someone fired off shots. A 17-year-old boy was shot in the left foot, and NYPD
fired off
took him to the
shots.
hospital
I mean, I
because
expected
the crowd
that
actually
too.
wouldn't let the ambulance through. 3 people are in custody in relation to that shooting, and they did recover a gun, but it's still under investigation as police wait to file those actual
Look at
charges.
the World Cup
moving
people
on,
running.
NYPD weren't the only busy ones. FDNY also
They
showing
didn't
up.
know. They didn't know what they arrived for. They probably didn't even know that the Knicks were in the finals, and because the game wasn't in New York, it was in San Antonio. But imagine those World Cup people there, the tourists, and then they see all this. That's funny.
To extinguish
Welcome
at
to
least
America.
one school bus that was set on
Specifically
fire.
NYC.
This happened while tens of thousands of people were in Times Square taking in the Knicks win. So at first, people were shaking and rocking 5 school buses, but one of them was lit on fire, fully engulfing it at one point. FDNY extinguished it, but again, we're still waiting to hear if there are any injuries. Coming back out to me live, there was a total of 63 people who were arrested late last night,
63,
early
okay.
this morning, and 10 NYPD officers who were injured.
10
All of
officers
this
injured.
To say, you know, there's always a few bad apples, and unfortunately this means that NYPD definitely going to be ramping up security when it comes to Thursday's massive parade, where we're expecting tens of thousands.
So we have another one coming.
Back to you.
There's a parade on Thursday. I completely forgot they're going to have a parade for winning the chip. There's going to be more chaos. 63 arrests, though. I mean, that's more than game 4 and game 3. Expected. So if it came down to game 6, it would have been in NYC. That would have been crazy. But yeah, that parade's going to be that parade's going to be wild too, I bet. See what these people are saying here. And this is how people celebrate a win. What is wrong with young people today? You got to blame the previous generation for that. The previous few generations. All they needed to do was strap work boots in the bus, to the bus, and they would have all been scared to come close to it. A few bad apples, really? There's a lot of bad apples, true. I wouldn't expect anything less from New York City, and that is the bottom line. I wouldn't expect anything less. Anyway, if you're in New York, congratulations. But yeah, like, don't destroy your own city. That's pretty stupid, right? Low IQ behavior. Anyway, let's go over to San Francisco. This video right here. San Francisco Trader Joe's theft suspect killed by car as he fled. 2 officers struck. Okay, so 2 officers were struck by this car. Like, who is driving, just hitting, like, people on, like, I guess, like, they're not looking, like, wonder what's gonna happen with the driver, you know? Okay, but let's see the story.
You know, according to police, the officers
there it is.
began
Starts it
pursuing that theft suspect out into the street, and that is when all 3 were struck by the Lexus that was making its way eastbound up California Street.
All 3 were struck by a vehicle that was unrelated to the incident.
California drivers, man.
Incident. All three, the theft suspect, the 2 officers were struck, and one of the officers remained pinned under the vehicle.
Coming back to our live picture here, we have seen photos of the aftermath of that collision. You can see one officer was pinned under the SUV, another lying on the ground next to it. The suspect was actually behind the vehicle. SFPD say first responders tried to save him, but were unsuccessful.
See, the suspect died.
We've also just recently received video of the collision, and it is very
They don't care about him because he robbed the Trader Joe's. Petty theft, but it doesn't matter. He died, whatever. He, he didn't survive. We're not even going to talk about him.
Suspect appearing to bolt away from the police on the sidewalk. That suspect appears to fall to the ground, and the officers get on top of him and to the side of him. That SUV, meanwhile, is making its way up California. It appears that they're on the ground in front of that SUV for about 5 full seconds, or perhaps a little bit more, and the driver does not stop until the car hits all 3 of them. Now, there are multiple investigations underway. Police trying to determine if that Tesla arson and the theft are connected. Now, police are also telling us that the driver of that SUV did stop and is cooperating with the investigation. Now, the last word that we have is that
before he says his last word or whatever, he's cooperating, but he doesn't have any charges. Like, how he's gonna have to get charged because you still ran over 3 people, 2 cops, by the way. Like, they were already there in the middle of the street while you were it's not like they just jumped in front of the car. They were already there and you were just driving. Like, so it's got to be an old person, I'm guessing, but yeah, that's got to be a charge. It's not a hit and run because they didn't run, but you killed a person and ran over 2 cops because you weren't looking at the road. Like, that's still something, you know what I mean? Like a manslaughter charge and a reckless driving or something.
That the 2 officers, a rookie officer and a field training officer, are in stable condition, being treated for their injuries. Again, we have heard confirmation now from SFPD that the shoplifting suspect that they were pursuing, who appeared again to fall into the street, and those officers were on top of him. We have heard that that individual, despite medical attention, did die as a result of all of this. Alex, a lot of moving parts here. We're working to put all of this together. We'll get more updates throughout the day as we learn more about this incident.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a very unusual sort of sequence of events, the way this all played out, and it really is shocking to see it on that video, which we did play there near the top of your report. Christian, in terms of the injuries to those two officers, do we have, how much information do we have on the extent of those injuries and whether those officers are expected to be okay?
Yeah, not a lot of detail about the injuries. Like I said, I've seen photos of at least one officer pinned under the vehicle. Certainly the injuries are quite extensive. The last that I did hear, though, from officers is that those two officers who were hospitalized are in stable condition.
Certainly some good news, but obviously a
Tape,
lengthy investigation
the yellow
that's
tape went
going
on
to
it.
continue unfolding there. Remind everyone, in terms of closures in that area, before we let you go, what should people be aware of if they're traveling through the city?
Yeah, so for right now, there is really only one block that we can see that is closed down. That is in the vicinity of California and Hyde, so you will need to
See what these comments are saying. I'm willing to bet that the driver was texting while driving. I'm willing to bet they're just old. This really speaks for the type of drivers we have around San Francisco. 3 people in front of you on the asphalt and you're not aware. How are you not getting charged? Like, they got to charge him. They got to charge him. The driver is not paying attention. I hope these officers have a quick recovery. A driver needs to be charged. Yes, he does. The criminal, look at this guy. The criminal created the situation. It's tragic that the officers were injured. It doesn't matter. There's a situation where they're doing their job and you just get ran over. Like, no, that's still the driver's fault. Anyone paying attention on the road as they were supposed to would have seen 3 people on the ground. Yep, look at the video. Driver probably won't catch criminal liability, but he or she could face civil lawsuit. Ever heard of involuntary manslaughter? Yeah, that's what he should be facing, or she. You know, I hope the driver gets charged, quite honestly. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find something on that. So, right here, the Facebook post says, the 2 San Francisco police officers struck by a vehicle while arresting suspect thief have been treated for their injuries, and one has been released from the hospital. It doesn't say anything about the driver. The incident provided an update on the officer's status or whether they have not spoken on whether the driver has been arrested or charged. So yeah, there is no update on that. Anyway, guys, stay safe out there. The summer's just around the corner, or it's already here, actually. So, you know, things are just going to get crazier. So you got to stay safe, stay blessed, and keep it locked. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back with another video before you know it. I'm out.